I've been going to the gym for about 2 years now. Before that, I was working out from home, and I've worked a 9 to 5 job ever since I left school. So that's about 4 years. The whole time I've been in self improvement, I've been working at 9 to 5. So I've learned a thing or two about balancing the gym and balancing work. And this is going to be a super quick video just on some tips to help you if you're working a 9 to 5, you want to try and get a good physique. So you're trying to increase your muscle mass, you try to decrease your fat gain, and you just overall want to improve your body and improve the way you look. But you're working this 9 to 5 that's taking up loads of your time. First of all, what hours do you work? You need to analyze what hours you work. Do you have flexible working hours? If you do, try and do a 7 till 3 if you can do that at your work, and then go to the gym after work, and you'll have more time left in the day to go to the gym. But if not, I would recommend maybe going in the morning if you have to do a 9 to 5. But we'll get onto that later. But yeah, if you can get a job, if you don't have a job currently, you don't have a 9 to 5, but you know that you're going to be getting one, then I'd highly recommend you find a job that has flexible working hours, because it's going to help a lot when it comes to the gym. And then also just take your gym stuff to work with you. If there's a gym on the way back from your work, if you drive there or if you walk to work, whatever, and there's a gym on the way back, take your gym stuff to work, get changed there, or just take it there and then get changed at the gym, whatever it is. It's just going to help speed up the process so you don't have to go home and then get changed. Diet is obviously going to be the biggest kind of issue when you're working in a 9 to 5, is staying on top of your diet. Because when you're at home, it's a lot easier to cook your meals how you want to for each part of the day. So that's breakfast, lunch, dinner. Whereas if you work at a 9 to 5, you're going to have to take food into work. You can only take certain types of foods and things that can just be put in the microwave and things like that. But what's the biggest problem in a 9 to 5, if you're working in an office especially, that I've found over the years, is the treats. So I've found that working in an office, there's a lot of Krispy Kreme donuts, there's a lot of Greg's cookies, there's lots of other treats and donuts and things. And while these are all really cool and really nice, and people bring them in and stuff like that, or if people are leaving the office or leaving work for good, they'll bring in like treats and stuff like that. So that's all really nice. But if you are on a fat loss journey and you're being super strict with your calories, you'd be surprised how many calories are in like a Krispy Kreme donut. You can be doing great for the week and if you're on 100 calorie surplus a day, in the whole week, you're only losing like 700 calories. Whereas if you eat one Krispy Kreme donut, you've basically undone all of the dieting you've done that week. That's how dangerous this shit can be. And I learned this firsthand at my job, because it happens quite a lot. There's quite a lot of treats get brought into the office. And I really struggle to stop myself from eating them. So you've got to be disciplined. And if you are trying to lose weight, then you need to, or lose fat, should I say more specifically, you need to practice discipline. And I guess as a benefit, it's good working in a 9 to 5 in that sense. It practices your discipline. When there is treats brought into the office, you can practice your kind of mental resilience and be like, no, I'm not having the treats. I'm not fucking touching them. And you can literally just kind of train your brain to be like, no. So, and that's if you try to lose weight. Obviously, if you're on a bulk, then I'd still not recommend eating the treats that get brought into the office, because we've all been kind of taught from the fitness influencers that if it fits your macros, eat it. If you're on a 300 calorie per day surplus, then no, you can eat whatever you want as long as you hit that calorie. No, that's not the case. If you eat junk food and sugar and shit, it will go to your fat stores. Even if you're in a calorie deficit, it will go to your fat stores. It will not be put towards muscle mass. The things you want to be eating a surplus in is the same things you'd normally eat on a cut. So protein, eggs, some carbs, fats, and things like that. You don't want to be eating sugary foods. So that's the one thing. And then meal prep. I'd recommend buying all this stuff. If you do a weekly shop, just go to some cheap shop like Aldi or Lidl and buy just fish, beef, rice, chicken, that kind of shit. Buy the little packets of rice that you can just put in the microwave at work instead of making, kind of anything you've got to cook or whatever at work. If your work doesn't have a kitchen or anything like that, just literally do stuff you can heat up in the microwave. And then whatever you eat for that afternoon dinner, let's say it's a Monday, right? And you make yourself your tea, your last meal of the day at like 6, you make that. Make enough for 2 portions and then have it for your tea, and then just put the rest in a Tupperware. It's just going to make it easy if you just have the same things that you would on a night for your lunch the next day. Sort of leftovers, it's leftovers. Instead of like making something specially for your lunch the next day and then something specially for your tea, it's just going to involve all these different ingredients. You're going to have to go to the shop more. You're going to have to buy more ingredients. It's going to be more complicated. Just keep it simple and just cook for 2 and just do the other half for the next day at work. and make sure you're cooking things that can be put in the microwave and heated up. So what's the main dilemma that most people get to when they're working this 9 to 5 office job? And it's the same dilemma I went through, not with the job I'm currently at, but with a previous job where it was 9 to 5 and I could not work earlier even if I wanted to. It's whether you go to the gym in the morning or at night. And I see a lot of guys, a lot of people that I know go through the same issue, whether they don't know whether to go in the afternoon or whether to go in the morning. And the best time to go to the gym is probably midday, once you've had 2 meals, breakfast and lunch, or if you're fasting in the morning, just you've had lunch at least, you've had some food, some carbs, some protein, whatever it is, to just provide you with energy, because you don't really want to be using the ketones in your body, and ketones, by the way, if you don't know, is when your body's in ketosis, when you're fasting, and you finally use up all of your glucose stores from the carbs you've been eating, then your body starts to break down fat, and that's how you lose fat. Go into ketosis, but the fat that it breaks down is broken down into ketones, which your brain and muscles use for energy, and it's not as efficient as carbs is. So you don't really want to be working out fasted, although you can do it. It's not going to be as effective. So we've got 2 options. We've got train early, fasted, or we've got train late with less energy. And I'd recommend to train late with less energy. And here's the following reason. So this is what I do. Train straight after work. So you'll have eaten lunch at least, so you're not going to be in a fasted state, and leverage caffeine to the best of your ability and have your last, cup of black coffee at 12. Don't have it any later than that, because it's probably going to ruin your sleep. Because remember, the half-life of caffeine is actually 5 hours. So it probably will ruin your sleep if you have too much after 12. But before then, it shouldn't ruin your sleep, and it should still provide enough energy for your workout, or at least block adenosine, which is the kind of complicated workaround of that, for your workout in the afternoon. I just think it's going to be better than training in the morning fasted. And keep your sessions shorter and more intense. It's going to make you be at the gym for less time. And it's going to be like less daunting when you're at work, thinking, I've got to go to the gym now for like an hour and a half. Well, no, you can go for 45 minutes and just training more intense. You can still, I found, if you're just starting out, get a really good physique. For quite a lot of many years doing short, intense workouts. There's a guy that I knew he doesn't work with us anymore, but he used to work with me, who had a pretty cool physique, not gonna lie. And he always actually said to me when I asked him that he does very short workouts that are very intense and low rest in between sets, but just in and out. And then last tip I'll give you is just find people with similar interests to you at work. So this isn't really balancing the 9 to 5 and gym. This is just whilst you're at your job, try and look for people, colleagues that are interested in the gym and interested in fitness, because I've done this myself, but there's a lot of people I work with and I can just bounce off of them in terms of fitness and with like knowledge and motivation and this kind of things. And I've been to the gym with them and actually done workouts with them. And I found that I can do more strength training and go heavier than I've ever done before and set some PRs. But I only really feel comfortable doing that when I've got a spotter. And I personally don't have a spotter when I go to the gym. It's very rare that I go to the gym with anyone. I'm pretty much 99% of the time I'm by myself. So I don't really want to work for those heavy lifts, especially on like bench press and that kind of squats. I'd want someone there with me. It's good to have a spotter. It means you can get those strength sessions in. And I think if you are training for a good physique, I think, 80% of your workouts, hypertrophy focus, and then 20% getting some of the more strength in there, the kind of more strength focused workouts that take a bit longer, and you do less reps, but more sets, but with heavier weight. And it's good if you can find people at your work, at your 9 to 5, where you can go to the gym straight after work. If there's a gym on the way back from your work, on the way to your house, it's going to be good. If you can go there on the way back, it's going to save time. And that's why I found that's the situation I'm in. And sometimes I go to the gym with my workmates, and that's always fun. And it just makes it a bit different, makes it a bit more dynamic. It gets you into some different gyms and just keeps things kind of more interesting, I guess. And then the last tip I'll give you is to get supplements together. So this is a bit of an obscure tip, but if you can all kind of chip in and buy like a load of protein powder or creatine, whatever it is, on bulk, for example, you can get these big discounts. So like everyone gets, it works out cheaper, right? If you all order, does that make sense? So that's just a quick little tip I'll give you as well. So find people at work with similar interests to you in terms of the gym. And then it's going to just bring out opportunities for you to do some kind of different style of training and buy stuff cheaper in terms of supplementation. that was just some quick little tips, guys. If you are working a 9 to 5 and you're getting into fitness and you want to improve your physique and want to be more consistent with the gym, this is what I've learned through going to the gym for 2 years and working a 9 to 5 for 4 years. These are kind of the main key points that I've learned. Hope you got some value out of this video, and yeah, have a great day.